You might be reading this on a sleek modern device, a smartphone, a laptop, or even a tablet. But did you know that the idea for such a machine was first born over 200 years ago? The man behind this revolutionary vision was Charles Babbage, a British mathematician, engineer, and philosopher, now honored worldwide as the father of the modern computer. Charles Babbage was born in West London, sometime around 1791 or 1792. His father, Benjamin Babbage, was a wealthy banker, which allowed Charles to receive a top-tier education from a young age. However, his childhood was far from smooth. He nearly died from a severe fever at age 8 and was sent to the countryside to recover. Ironically, it was in that quiet rural setting that he discovered a small library, the spark that ignited his lifelong passion for mathematics. From a near-death experience to planting the seeds of the digital revolution, fate had something special in store for this fragile boy. When Babbage entered Trinity College, Cambridge, he was shocked to find that the mathematics curriculum was outdated. Ignoring the breakthroughs made by continental European scholars, instead of conforming, he fought back. Society, a bold group that translated and promoted modern mathematics from France and Germany, they developed their own study materials and directly challenged the traditional teachings at Cambridge. If TED Talks existed back then, Babbage would have been the one saying, "Stop teaching 16th century math in the 19th century." In the 1800s, all complex calculations, from astronomy to navigation, were done manually. These error-prone tables caused ships to crash, sink, or go off course. Babbage, appalled by the consequences of human error, declared, "I wish to God these calculations had been executed by steam." That's when the revolutionary idea hit him. A machine that could perform error-free calculations automatically, powered by gears and levers. His idea led to the creation of the first mechanical calculator prototype. And remarkably, the British government agreed to fund the project. Babbage didn't just want better calculations. He wanted to reinvent how humans interacted with numbers. After building his first prototype, Babbage realized it wasn't enough. So, he envisioned something bigger, a fully programmable machine, which he called the Analytical Engine. This was no ordinary calculator. It had a memory for storing data, a processing unit, what we now call a CPU input-output systems, and the ability to run programs stored on punched cards. Sound familiar? That's because these are the same components used in modern-day computers. In the 19th century, no one could understand why an old man was drawing a machine taller than a person and weighing 8 tons. But that machine would one day become the DNA of your laptop. In 1833, at a prestigious London party, 42-year-old Babbage met a brilliant 17-year-old girl named Ada Lovelace, daughter of the famous poet Lord Byron. Unlike most women of her time, Ada was obsessed with mathematics. After hearing Babbage passionately describe his analytical engine, Ada immediately saw its potential. She became his collaborator, pen pal, and most importantly, the world's first computer programmer. She wrote extensive notes and algorithms for the machine, described loops and conditional logic, and envisioned a future where machines could compose music or art. Ada Lovelace wasn't just translating notes, she was breathing life into Babbage's dream. Years before the first computer was built, despite his passion, funding, and engineering brilliance, Babbage never built a working version of the analytical engine. The technology of his time simply wasn't precise enough. The project was eventually abandoned in 1842 after 2 decades of struggle. He passed away in 1871, never witnessing the impact of his vision. Yet today, his contributions are hailed as the foundation of modern computing. The concepts he proposed, CPU, memory, programmable logic, are what power the world's fastest supercomputers. He never saw his machine come to life, but every device you own today owes its existence to Charles Babbage. In 1991, engineers at the London Science Museum finally brought part of Babbage's vision to life, using his meticulously hand-drawn blueprints and surviving notes. They built a fully functional difference engine, to a mechanical colossus, weighing over 3 tons, composed of more than 4,000 precision-engineered parts. It could compute polynomial functions up to 31 digits, without electricity, using only gears and cranks. For the first time, the world saw that Babbage's designs had always been viable, just ahead of their time. Then, in 2010, British programmer John Graham Cumming launched Project 28, a worldwide campaign with a bold ambition to build the Analytical Engine, exactly as Babbage had imagined, the world's first true programmable computer. Unlike the difference engine, the Analytical Engine was a revolutionary leap forward. It had a central processing unit mill, a memory store, conditional branching, and even a form of mechanical programming using punched cards, decades before Alan Turing or ENIAC. Thousands of enthusiasts, historians, engineers, and dreamers across the globe joined the movement. For them, it wasn't just about building a machine, it was about finishing what Babbage started, honoring the legacy of an inventor whose time hadn't caught up to his. It took steam, steel, and silicon, but nearly 200 years later, humanity is finally ready to build the computer Babbage only dreamed of, not to change history, but to complete it. Charles Babbage didn't just invent a machine. He invented a new way of thinking. He imagined a world where logic could be mechanized, where machines could do more than lift, drill, or spin. They could think, process, and calculate. Era ruled by steam and superstition, Babbage dared to dream of algorithms. He saw the future when everyone else was stuck in the past. And though his engines were never completed in his lifetime, his ideas laid the groundwork for the computers we use today and the digital revolution that now shapes our world. His legacy lives on in every line of code, every search query, every digital connection. From smartphones to satellites, from AI to blockchain, Babbage's vision pulses at the heart of it all. The Analytical Engine weaves algebraic patterns, just as the Jacquard loom weaves flowers and leaves. Ada Lovelace, the world's first computer programmer, together. Babbage and Lovelace didn't just anticipate the computer age, they planted its first seeds long before the world knew what would grow.